welcome back to the polytunnel. Now it's Blana Hooly outside today, so I thought I'd hide away actually inside here. It's lovely and warm, it's dry, the sun's shining, I've just had a nice cup of coffee and a bit of lunch. But I thought we could have a quick look at potatoes today. Now I know you're not going to plant your tatties for about 6 or 8 weeks yet, but now is really the perfect time to start thinking about what you're going to plant and to start preparing them ready to plant. Now tatties or spuds, where I come from, take a long time to grow the little shoots, the little chits that's on the top of them. Now the chits themselves are where the potatoes are going to grow from. Let me just grab a one, I'll show you what I mean. This is a spud. Now if you look at this carefully, I don't know if you can see that, you see these beautiful little healthy little red shoots coming on the top there. Now they're growing out of the eyes on the potato. Now if you've had your tatties and you've left them in a carrier bag under the sink for a while, when you pull them out, you probably come across some with great big long white shoots on the bottom. Thought, oh, I'll plant them, I'll get great potatoes. And you put them in and they haven't grown. Well, the reason is that if they've got long shoots like that, they've shot away too much. They've been stretching to try and find the light. Because the mistake that a lot of people make is they try and chip their potatoes in the dark. These little things only need to grow a little bit and then they've got to start opening up. If you put them in the dark, they grow white snakes to try and find some light, and all the goodness goes out of the potato. So you want your potatoes just chitting a little bit, and the best way to do this is to chit them in the light. There's 2 different kinds of potatoes you can get. I know there's first earlies and there's second earlies, and then there's early main crops and mid main crops and late main crops. But the thing to remember is your first and second earlies are what's called a determinate potato. Now what we mean by that is that when you plant it in the soil, it won't grow a huge stem and then throw off shoots that grow potatoes, and you don't have to keep earthing them up, because determinate spuds grow sideways. So they'll get, the plant will come out, but the roots with the tubers on will grow under the surface. So you don't need to plant these in a huge deep furrow. You don't need to keep earthing them up every few weeks. You put them in about 6 inches deep, put a nice cover on the top of something like compost or a nice mulch, and that's it. Now your main crops are indeterminate potatoes. They're the traditional ones that you see at the side of the roads where the farmer's got these beautiful big furrows and that, or your granddad put them in and he had to go back every 2 weeks and earth them up again. You have to earth them up because they grow a stem and they grow their side shoots off the stem above the soil level. That's why you have to keep earthing them up, because if you don't, the tatties will grow on the surface, they'll go green, and of course you can't eat. So the way I chit these is I simply stand the potato on end. Now you usually find that the potato chits come mostly from one end and not the other, and the reason for this is dead simple. When these used to be on the plant was here, tuber root went out into this end of the potato, grew the potato. So if left in the ground, that would be your next potato plant. So that's why you get most of your eyes on one end. So simply stand your spuds up, let them get a bit of air around them. You want the light around them as well, remember. Light and oxygen is key at this stage for getting them to chit. There we are. So that's my first earlies and my second earlies all in place. Now don't worry about what you see here with bits of polystyrene. This is some packaging I got from some electrical goods, and rather than throw it away I always try and find a use for it, and this is great for just filling up a bit of the empty space in the box. Stops the potatoes rolling all over the place. So as I said before, now's the time to start thinking about your potatoes. There we are. So that wasn't too difficult, was it? So the golden rules to remember: choose your varieties now. Decide whether you want soft, fluffy potatoes for great mash, or whether you want nice, firm ones for making the best chips you can possibly make. Now once they've actually thrown their shoots off, in a few weeks time we'll have a look at how we plant them outside, and you know, it couldn't be easier. And if a Geordie like me can do it, just imagine what you could do.